All right, so we have a ton of rumors on the new Nintendo Switch 2 console that is highly anticipated for 2025. And there's just a lot to talk about. So, without further ado, let's just get right into this. So, one of the first things that we know is that this Nintendo Switch 2 is obviously just going to be a spec bump. Nintendo Switch, just a bigger, more powerful Nintendo console. So, what really is new about it? Well, if we take a look right here, we can see that the Nintendo Switch 2 is actually going to be slightly bigger now for reasons I wasn't able to actually get these pictures to be really big, unfortunately. But um, this is what the Switch 2 is supposed to look like. So, it is supposed to be a kind of like an 8-inch form factor, just bigger all around, kind of like just a bigger screen. It is said to have an OLED screen, and magnetic Joy-Cons that come in from the side, which you can kind of see right here. And you look at the Joy-Cons, kind of like right at the bottom, you can see that there are little clips um, where the Joy-Cons were snap in, and well, they'll snap in just to keep it in place, but they won't slide in from the top anymore. They will click in from the side, which is kind of cool. But one of the other things that we know is that there was a leaked picture, I'm pretty sure from Gamescom 2023, I think. I don't know, but this picture right here of the Nintendo Switch 2, and you can see that the thing that says what player you are, player 1, 2, 3, or 4, is not on the inside of the Joy-Con, rather it is kind of sitting on the outside of the rail. And if we look at the Joy-Cons, we can actually see that the colors are inside rather than sitting right up here on the front. So that's pretty cool. But also, we do have a look at the chip that is going to be inside of the Nintendo Switch. So this is supposed to be an NVIDIA chip, as you can see right here, kind of like a cross collab between NVIDIA and Samsung. And it is said that this Switch is supposed to have DLSS upscaling, which is actually on the new 50 series graphics cards that NVIDIA just announced just a few days ago at CES 2025. So DLSS upscaling, what is that exactly? Well, DLSS upscaling is essentially a trained AI model that takes any game and upscales it to 4K. And now DLSS upscaling will be put into kind of like a limited kind of form into the Nintendo Switch. This has never been done before for another company. So this is actually very exciting, which means we won't actually have to rebuy, say, Breath of the Wild for the Nintendo Switch, like Breath of the Wild 4K. We will just put the card in because it is backwards compatible, as we can see from this picture right here. This is the entire motherboard of the Nintendo Switch 2 compared to a Switch OLED, and we can see that the motherboard is way bigger. So that means the entire Switch is going to be way bigger. That is the game card slot, and it will be backwards compatible with any video game from the Nintendo Switch, and you will be able to transfer all of your save data. But more importantly, there is a USB-C port on the top and on the bottom of the Nintendo Switch. You can see right here and right here. And it is in this 3D render. You can see it up here. There's also a new button on the left Joy-Con, which we can see in this. This is kind of a 3D mock-up that somebody made on that kind of shows what the Nintendo Switch 2 is probably going to look like. Now, we can also see a picture of the dock right here. Now, behind the dock is an AI generated photo, but the dock itself is not AI generated. There will be some stuff following that. As we can see on this dock, you can barely see it, but there is some like legal stuff, like the stuff that says like don't throw away, don't do this. But there are some things on there